de una forma diferente, de otro modo, nunca igual al de otra gente.
This is where it all began. As the mother of broadcasting in Kenya, you can trust KBC to bring you authentic news and programs to your living room.
Action!
As KBC, we take pride in our unrivaled heritage as Kenya's trusted national broadcaster. Commanding over 92% digital television signal coverage of our country, 23 radio services that cut across our entire language spectrum, a national, regional and international digital presence backed by the most experienced and top-notch broadcast professionals in the industry.
A very good evening to you.
The new look Kenya Broadcasting Corporation is truly ahead of the pack. Turn to the mother of broadcasting in Kenya for stories that resonate with our identity, our aspirations as a people united in purpose. Real stories of hard work, of passion, of creativity, of big dreams. Stories that cement our nationhood. Stories that bring us together as one. We take pride in our shared heritage and destiny. KBC, informing, educating and entertaining Kenyans as one nation. KBC, Kenya's listening, Kenya's watching.
Hiya! Mtumishi! Allah! Nissan Serena ndio hii. Na unaweza kuwa wewe ndio tunapikia simu. Kodi ya Nissan Serena ni NS. Alafu kisha kwenye amount ni 50 bob. Hii Nissan Serena tunakupatia na shilingi 50.
Kujiunga na QuickBid ni rahisi. Enda kwenye M-Pesa, bonyeza paybill kisha weka business number 4032353. Kwenye account weka kodi ya bidhaa unayotaka na bid yako ya chini zaidi. Kwa mfano TV 16. Kisha weka shilingi 20 tu kama idadi yako. Weka bid yako pia kwenye www.quickbid.co.ke. Kumbuka, bid ya chini zaidi ya kipekee ndio hununua. QuickBid, bidhaa bora kwa bei ya chini.
I've issued an order. The lush pasture in the north will be the new home for these 10,000 warhorses.
The man you want me to get rid of would be Prince Jin, correct?
Although he may suspect me somewhat, now our priority is to ease all of his suspicions.
Right now I should have a plan B. Look at me now. Rules are just like the rest of you. Useless. You nearly gave me my cordial infarction.
Calm down. And what is my cordial? What is that?
Heart attack. What the hell are you up to, woman?
Gosh, I look that scary. Naweza situma kidogo.
Mwalimu, can I go home? I am not feeling well and my temperature is odd.
A substitute for your Angol Uchoyo, who is laughing now.
Maybe Fala was right, eh? Working as a team saves the day.
This is not a negotiation thing or forum, okay? Bring those papers now!
Trust me.
Ulikuwa waumwa. Umwambia nani kama waumwa?
Nilikuja chumbani kwako kukuangalia sikukuona.
Uliniangalia kama unione ukaondoka. Shamsai lakini unanitakia nini mimi wewe?
Bilie. Sikukuaga. Uliniaga nini kama nani? Si boss wako yuko kule ndani. Mbona kumwambia boss kwa mimi naumwa ndio nyumbani? Mbona wewe kwenda kumwambia kama naondoka naenda nyumbani?
Yusuf, don't ever dare to do that. Ni kichwa nani wewe, kichwa yako mbaya. Kwa nini unakuja kusumbua watu hapa?
Good afternoon. Thank you for keeping it KBC Channel 1. This is the Lunchtime News. A very warm welcome to the broadcast. My name is Irene Muchuma Odim. My co-anchor on sign language interpretation is Lucy Mora. Now, the Migori governor, Okoth Bado, is facing charges over the death of Sharon and her baby, and the court hearings are underway. And my colleague, Serafina Robi, is on standby. She is advising we listen in. Let's cross over to the courts.
That information you added, did you? Sorry, Anna, my apologies. Yes, that information you added, did you regard it as important?
My lady, it was for to refresh my memory.
Not a different question. Did you regard that information as important?
It was important for me to refresh my memory, my lady.
Let me cap up one thing. That overwriting of 8, when did you make it?
My lady, it was today.
Oh, you also made it today. Clearly, you understood, believe that was also to refresh your memory.
Politics. Mwingi North Member of Parliament Paul Nzengu has accused ODM leader Raila Odinga of hijacking state functions for selfish political gains, citing the president's recent visit to Ukambani region. The lawmaker argues that Raila allegedly rode on the development tour to undermine Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. There have been widening rifts within NASA, with the two principals trading political barbs over some unmet promises. Kalonzo and his allies have accused the ODM leader of reneging on a memorandum of understanding, claims which have been denied by ODM.
Na tukawa na matembezi ya rais, akajionea maendeleo ambayo inaendelea kufanyika, na tukashtukia kwamba pia naye Raila amejiingiza pale kwa ile safari ambayo sisi hatukuwa tunamtarajia. Sisi tulikuwa nataka tukue na mazungumzo wa viongozi wa Ukambani waongee na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Sasa Raila alipokuja tukashangaa mbona ameingia tena, kwa sababu yeye alikuwa na safari yake na president huko upande wa Nyanza. Sisi Mheshimiwa Kalonzo hakwenda. Safari hii ambayo inakuja Kitui, tunaomba ukae mbali, si tuongee na Uhuru tukiwa kama viongozi wa Ukambani.
The Kenya Wildlife Service has unveiled a team of honorary wardens who will assist in conservation efforts, resource mobilization, and tourism promotion in the region. The wardens who were gazetted last month will serve in the capacity for 3 years.
KWS Acting Director Lillian Ojoga says the honorary wardens have undergone a rigorous selection process which will aid them in the conservation work.
The honorary warden are an important segment of stakeholders that we have brought on board so that they assist us in conservation of wildlife. These honorary warden have expertise in different fields. Some of them are veterinary doctors, some of them are pilots, some of them are interested in tourism activities, some of them are interested in coastal forest conservation, and we've brought on board all these honorary wardens so that we can be able to tap from their expertise and be able to conserve wildlife.
The wardens have been trained on code of conduct and resource mobilization and will help raise funds for conservation works.
Responsibility for honorary warden is to link the community with the Kenya Wildlife Service, to work with the Kenya Wildlife Service to supplement and assist Kenya Wildlife Service in their excursion of their duties as per WCMA 2013.
The KWS is banking on the wardens to bridge existing gaps in efforts to combat human-wildlife conflict. Janet Kamau, Lunchtime News.
The construction of the Mwache multi-purpose dam project in Kwale County is set to begin before the end of 2021. The project under the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation is part of flagship priority investment project by the national government under the Vision 2030 for adequate water supply to Kwale and Mombasa counties.
The dam located across Mwache River at Fulugani village will, when completed, use to irrigate 2,600 hectares of land in Kwale County. Coast Development Authority Managing Director Mohamed Kainan said the project will soon be launched, having completed the rehabilitation works.
Our role as Coast Development Authority was to take care of the catchment conservation, and within these catchment conservation activities there were 4 thematic areas we were concentrating. One of the areas was to make sure that we had adequately capacity built the rivers for the purpose of preparing and planning their sub-catchment management plans.
Kainan also said the project is expected to address water shortages and food insecurities in Kwale and Mombasa counties. Smallholder farmers and water users associations around the project site will also be trained on modern farming techniques.
We are trying to engage the community in land conservation measures so that they can at least practice good agricultural practices.
Mwache Dam project site manager Mwanasiti Bendera assured full compensation to affected communities who were relocated to pave way for the construction of the dam.
The compensation activity are ongoing, and it's divided into 3 phases. Phase 1 is already, the affected persons are already compensated, and we are currently planning for phase 2.
For Lunchtime News, I'm Wamboyo Tiende.
At least 48 elderly persons in Busia County have been sheltered in a newly constructed home, courtesy of a non-governmental organization operating in the region. Benedicta's Sister of Grace and Compassion says it took the initiative after it emerged that many senior citizens in the area are continuously subjected to societal neglect.
Have been forced to relocate the old people from their homes to stay with the sisters here in the convent in order to avoid external contact, because they are very vulnerable. As we hear the Minister of Health advising people to stay at home and also to protect our elderly people, just to avoid that mingling in and out. When they are here, they are safe with us, and also we try our level best not to get them infected, contaminated with the COVID-19.
The famous Ginyang Livestock Market in Tiati, Baringo County, has finally been reopened. The market, which attracts traders from as far as Nairobi, had been closed to curb the spread of COVID-19.
The reopening of the market comes as a relief to farmers and traders in the region who say their livelihood have been greatly affected by COVID-19. Tiati has been plagued by vicious hostilities found by cattle rustling and revenge attacks between communities living in the region.
Kwa hivyo naomba serikali kuu kwamba tulishirikiane tuweke amani katika centers yetu ya Tangulbei, Churo, Amaya, Koloa na hapa Ginyang, ili biashara ifanye nini? Inawiri.
Kwa hivyo watoto wakipigana, mama anasimama katikati na kukatawanyisha watoto. Kwa hivyo mimi nimesimama katikati na kusema wacha na watoto yangu tuache vita ya.
The famous Ginyang Livestock Market has over the years been considered as a unifying symbol in the region, contributing greatly to the local economy. Reporting for Lunchtime News, my name is Yusuf Hilo.
This is KBC. You're watching the Lunchtime News. We're also live on our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And we do appreciate your feedback. We're taking a short commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Nissan Serena ndio hii, na unaweza kuwa wewe ndio tunapikia simu. Kodi ya Nissan Serena ni NS, alafu kisha kwenye amount ni 50 bob. Hii Nissan Serena tunakupatia na shilingi 50.
Kujiunga na QuickBid ni rahisi. Enda kwenye M-Pesa, bonyeza paybill, kisha weka business number 4032353. Kwenye account weka kodi ya bidhaa unayotaka na bid yako ya chini zaidi. Kwa mfano TV 16, kisha weka shilingi 20 tu kama idadi yako. Weka bid yako pia kwenye www.quickbid.co.ke. Kumbuka, bid ya chini zaidi ya kipekee ndio hununua. QuickBid, bidhaa bora kwa bei ya chini.
It's your romance, your drama, and intrigue.
So this was your plan all along, eh?
I want you out of my house. Your game, your heroes. It's your moment with your stories. Made at home for your home. 'Cause great stories start on DSTV.
I've issued an order. The lush pasture in the north will be the new home for these 10,000 war horses.
The man you want me to get rid of would be Prince Jin, correct?
Although he may suspect me somewhat, now our priority is to ease all of his suspicions.
Nateseka lakini hakuna wa kunielewa.
Na uhakika lao ni babake baba.
Hebu nyamaza wewe.
Hivi unamaanisha kwamba dadangu alikuwa kiruka njia?
Sikushindi wewe. Kwani mwili wako mtanuzwa na mbolea?
Don't talk to me about respect. Nilikwambia Dingo, mfunge kamba mke wako.
What does this number mean to you? A pack leader? A winner? Or just a number? To us, it means freshness, boldness, vibrancy, and heritage. That's why at KBC Channel 1, we make it easier for you to pop up your family entertainment to a fresh, exciting, and colorful bouquet.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is KBC, time for Lunchtime News. Now, the Kenya National Union of Clinical Officers has threatened to mobilize its members to down their tools in the next 7 days if the national government fails to address their concerns in regards to the NHIF. And my colleague Caroline Kamau is on that trail. Currently, they are in Upper Hill addressing members of the press, and the chair for KUKO is currently speaking, Peter Washira. Let's listen in.
Thank you. I think we can take questions. Question? If any. We are good? Yes, yes.
Vile itakuwa, tumewaambia kwamba tumezuiliwa kuona wagonjwa wa NHIF. Kwa hivyo sio mambo ya kuacha kazi, hiyo NHIF ilishafanya. Sisi tutakuwa tunajitokeza ili kuweza kuribarate NHIF, ndio Wakenya waweze kufaidika na zile pesa ambazo wanalipa pale wakaweza kupata huduma. Hayo ndio tutakuwa tunafanya. Sisi hatutaki kusema ati tunaenda mgomo. Hiyo mgomo ilishafanywa na NHIF. Walitukataza sisi kuona wale Wakenya ambao wanatumia ile bima ya NHIF. Ambacho tutakuwa tunakifanya ni kwenda pale kuhakikisha kwamba wanafanya lifaalo.
Shifting focus now, and the National Land Commission has toured Taita Taveta County to resolve the Machugwani land lease case that has pitted locals against county government. The commission says it wants to ensure that the matter does not degenerate into full-blown conflict that might later hinder development in the land question.
The commission, led by its chairman Gashon Otachi, held talks with Taita Taveta County Governor Granton Samboja and locals to try and reach a solution on the Machungwani land lease agreement.
Kwa wale wote ambao wanahusika ya kwamba hatujapeana extension of lease vile wengine wanadhani. Msambweni na pahali pengine tumeshughulikia pia. Hayo ni mambo pia yako kwa seneti, lakini tunaiangazia. Lakini kuna mengine ambayo kama tume sisi tunaweza shughulikia. Kuna mengine ambayo ni ya wizara, na kuna mengine ambayo ni ya county, na kuna mengi ambayo lazima tushirikiane zote. Kuna mambo ya hizi mbuga za wanyama, zimefika wapi boundary, na zile conflict kati ya KWS na wananchi. Hayo yote tumezungumzia, na kwa upande wetu kama tume tutafanya yale yote tunaweza, ambayo iko kwa jukumu letu kujaribu kutatua na kusaidia kupata suluhu.
Locals have been uneasy with claims that the lease had been renewed after it expired. The governor promised to work with the commission to ensure that any pending land are resolved amicably. Masinjoki for Lunchtime News.
Across the borders, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has called for people to stand against violence in response to deadly unrest triggered by the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. At least 6 people have been killed and nearly 500 arrested since Zuma handed himself into police last week.
Shops have been looted and buildings set on fire. Troops have been deployed in Gauteng province and in Zuma's home province of KwaZulu-Natal. Zuma was convicted of contempt of court after failing to attend an inquiry into corruption during his presidency. The 79-year-old who denies corruption was given a 15-month prison sentence. He is hoping to get the sentence rescinded or reduced by the country's constitutional court. However, legal experts say his chances of success are slim. In a televised address on Monday, President Ramaphosa condemned acts of public violence of a kind rarely seen in the history of our democracy. Meanwhile, a prominent Muslim leader, Emir Al-Hassan Adam, who was abducted on Saturday by gunmen in Nigeria's northwestern state of Kaduna, has been freed. Other 12 members of his family who were also abducted have, however, not been freed. It is unclear what prompted the release of the leader, since the ransom demanded by the kidnappers was not paid. Kidnapping has become rife in northern Nigeria, with more than 1,000 students seized from schools and colleges since December last year. Although most people are released after a ransom is paid, 9 have been killed and at least 200 are still missing.
Staying with us, time for business news. And Kitui County residents are set to benefit from a 20 million shillings fruit processing plant to curb post-harvest losses, leverage on value addition and increase farmers' profitability. Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu has said the plants will be used for tomato and fruits value addition.
The food processing machinery has a production capacity of 5 tons per hour, which translates to 800 tons in a month. Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu has said that fresh tomatoes that will be processed at the plant will be used to manufacture tomato ketchup and paste with a shelf life of up to 2 years. The post-harvest quality and shelf life of the fruit in part will depend on post-harvest handling practices such as harvesting, pre-cooling, cleaning and disinfecting, sorting and grading, packaging, storing and transportation.
What we are going to be producing here will have a shelf life of up to 2 years, and without adding any preservatives. It will be pure, done here and then put in our markets.
Ngilu has further said setting up the Kitui Foods plant will create job opportunities and create a ready market for the farmers, hence diversify their sources of income. Fruit prices will be dictated by the supply and demand chain, adding that farmers will get value of their produce at competitive market prices by organizing the farmers to form cooperative societies to have a strong bargaining power, locking out middlemen.
All those women in the South Coast, once we organize them into their small cooperatives and circles, that they'll be able now to put their tomatoes together. Manufacturing is the way to go for Kitui County and for all counties.
Brian Munyoki, Lunchtime News.
My colleague Kevin Washira is on standby. Currently, the National Assembly on Finance Committee is meeting the CBK governor, this as they discuss a financial bill. And Kevin, good afternoon. If you can hear me, what is transpiring from your end?
Thank you very much, Irene Muchuma. We are coming to you live from Adolescent Hotel, the last day of public participation exercise of the Central Bank Amendment Bill 2021. Now, today, the National Assembly Finance Committee has received submission from the primary user of the law, that is the CBK Governor, Dr. Patrick Njoroge, who has come here to support the proposed law, saying that there is need for Parliament and the President to assent to that bill with speed so that the necessary regulations and supervision that are required can be put in place by CBK. Now, the proposed law, CBK Amendment Bill, seeks to, among other things, to empower the Central Bank of Kenya to regulate and supervise the digital lenders as institutions. The CBK governor has come here and raised some issues that are affecting the digital credit sector, among them saying there is high indebtedness of borrowers that needs to be checked. The CBK governor has also noted that there is lack of consumer protection safeguards. These are measures that will protect consumers of these digital credit facilities. CBK governor has proposed that there is need to put up measures in the CBK bill that will ensure there is a fair field of play among the digital lenders institution. The CBK governor, Patrick Njoroge, has also insisted there is need for licensing and not just registration of the digital lenders institutions. This will enable the CBK to keep track and supervise the digital lenders institution as the government endeavors to combat money laundering and also financing of terrorism. You understand that these digital lenders institutions at times are being used, and also the loopholes that are in the digital credit sector are being used by terrorists and also money launderers to do criminal activities. Now, In terms of regulatory approach, the CBK Governor Patrick Njoroge is looking at principle-based approach and not full prudential supervision. The CBK is also talking there is need to focus on consumer protection. The committee, chaired by Homa Bay Woman Representative Gladys Swanga, has noted that there is need for data protection for consumers and Kenyans at large, and the committee has proposed to the CBK that there is need to work with the Data Commission so that to come up with mechanisms that can see the two institutions work together to achieve data protection for consumers. Now the committee will retreat. There is no more submissions that will be happening. The committee now will retreat to compile a report with regard to the CBK amendment bill, which will then be tabled to the National Assembly for debate before it's adopted or rejected. Now back to you, Irene Muchuma.
Thank you, Kevin. Good to have you. Now, across the borders in business matters, the Walmart-backed Indian e-commerce giant Flipkart has raised another $3.6 billion ahead of an expected stock market debut this month. The company says it will use the money to expand its operations and invest further in its grocery, fashion, and delivery of service. This and other stories from across the globe.
The latest round of fundraising increased the online retail giant's value to $37.6 billion, bringing the new valuation to more than double the amount Walmart paid for a majority stake in the company 3 years ago. Flipkart's chief executive Kalyan Krishnamurthy says the new round of funding was led by Singapore's Sovereign Wealth Fund GIC, the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board, Japan's SoftBank, and Walmart. Meanwhile, the European Union says it will suspend its plans to tax online tech giants in the light of global efforts to agree a minimum corporate rate of 15%. The move comes after G20 finance ministers agreed on the weekend to support the global effort. The European Union says putting its own plan on ice will make it easier to achieve this international deal. Governments have long grappled with the challenge of taxing global companies operating across many countries, and it has grown with a boom in huge tech corporations such as Amazon and Facebook. Finally, Virgin Galactic Holding Incorporation on Monday filed to sell up to $500 million in common stock a day after the company completed its first fully crewed test flight into the space. The sale will account for up to 4% of Virgin Galactic's total outstanding shares of their last close. Swiss investment bank UBS estimates space tourism to be a $3 billion annual market by 2030. Virgin Galactic says it plans at least 2 further test flights of the space plan in the months ahead before beginning regular commercial operations in 2022.
The government has put on notice people hawking foodstuffs along the highways. The Agriculture and Food Authority says offenders risk jail term of 1 year or 500,000 shillings fine. After Director General Kelo Harsama says all foodstuffs on sale should not be allowed to raise on platform, reduce cases on contamination.
In a raft of measures aimed at boosting the country's food safety standards, the government has outlawed hawking of foodstuff along the major highways. Agriculture and Food Authority says all food on sale must be on a raised platform, adding that most traders put their food products on the bare ground, exposing it to contamination.
Produce aggregation done on the ground along roadsides, like the ones on Nairobi-Nakuru Highway, Nairobi-Meru Highway, Nairobi-Embu Highway, like the Sokomjinga between Nakuru and on the Nairobi-Nakuru Highway, shall not be allowed.
The regulator further says the foodstuff will also have to be transported separately in an enclosed and well-ventilated vehicle to minimize the risk of contamination.
We have, for example, seen people transporting vegetables with goats, in a lorry. That one will not happen, we'll have to stop. Or even people transporting cabbages in a lorry which is also carrying fertilizers.
According to the new regulations that targets the horticulture value chain, traders will also see all horticulture products only sold in not more than a 50 kg packaging.
Extending carrot bags, one bag looking like 3 bags, that's actually illegal.
Benson Rioba reporting for Lunchtime News.
Back to local news. Close to half of the adolescents in Nairobi suffered depression occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. A report on the impact of the pandemic on adolescents in Kenya has revealed that Nairobi led with 46% of adolescents exhibiting depression-associated symptoms. The adolescents also expressed frustration in getting justice in gender-based violence-related cases that also increased during the same period. The government has, however, undertaken to establish programs that will help mitigate the impacts of this scourge on adolescents.
Yes, I affirm my ministry's steadfast promise to continue to support development of the roadmap and enable all the other ministries, interagencies, civil society to work together with measurable targets and give a report annually. This new report we have launched highlights key recommendations, including the report we have launched today. Highlights key recommendations, including developing a strong multi-sectoral or of government policy approach that addresses adolescent health and well-being. This could be done through supporting a national multi-agency adolescent task force whose purview is to develop systems and framework for integrated multi-sectoral adolescent resilience and development strategy.
Irene Cherop Masit, the 12th candidate to appear before the IEBC interviewing panel, blamed the culture of handouts for her failure to clinch the Elgeyo Marakwet woman representative seat in 2013. Masit told the Elizabeth Muli-led panel that there was need for all aspirants seeking elective positions to sign a code of conduct that will hold them accountable, even as she called on the need for voter education.
In the general election?
I did.
As a
women rep.
As a women rep.
Yes.
And you have rightfully told us here some of the challenges that actually you face. Can there be an issue of intimidation? You got intimidated because you are a woman?
To some extent, but mostly one abuses. People can look at you and they want to know where you are married. Who are you?
Talk loudly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
To know where you are married. Who are you? Why are you? If you come here, people see, especially if you are not from that community. There is that issue. There is the issue of education. They look at some people and they feel they are not part because they are not educated enough. There is the issue of affiliation, depending on which party.
A private water solution company has opened a water testing laboratory to assist residents of Nairobi and other counties experiencing high fluoride levels within the Greater Rift Valley in accessing safe drinking and cooking water. According to the company's finding, nearly 20 million Kenyans consume toxic levels of fluoride and suffer from the effects of high fluoride concentrations in groundwater. Elvis Kamala, a water treatment manager, said Kenyans should be concerned about the high fluoride levels as it causes severe health effects, calling for collaboration between the government and private sectors in order to devise long-term solutions.
we do have data to corroborate the claim that the levels of fluoride in Nairobi and the greater Rift Valley region are actually rising. And this is a concern and should be a concern for everyone because as we all know, the effects of fluoride are causing dental and skeletal fluorosis. And so it's something that all stakeholders should sit at the table and discuss on the best way to address. Government has the budgets, government has a mandate to implement these projects. Private sector, like people like Davis and Shatleaf and other players in the market, have the solutions. So the partnership between government and private sector is definitely one of the key components in trying to address this problem.
Time for sports news. The national women's basketball team, the Lionesses, started their 2021 FIBA Afro-Basket qualifiers on a disappointing note after losing 77-45 to host Rwanda at the iconic Kigali Arena. The Lionesses will face newcomers South Sudan in their next fixture of the qualifiers.
The host nation sent a strong warning of its intention to make it to the 25th edition of the Continental Showpiece in Yaoundé, Cameroon in September after a resounding win over Kenya. The Rwandese came from behind to bag the first quarter 23-18. The second quarter was explosive as Kenya tried to make a comeback, but Rwanda's Romanian best Anderson Tiramoni, Sifa Eneza and Bera Mukaritete strengthened their defense and maintained the lead throughout the quarter. Efforts by Spain-based Masi Wanyama to launch long-range shots in the third quarter did not yield much as Rwanda seized control. Rwanda went on to bag maximum points after winning the fourth quarter 19-13. Kenya's Masi Wanyama posted a team high of 12 points, with Felmas Koranga also scoring a double figure for the Lionesses.
We started off okay for the first couple of minutes, but then somehow along the way we came up with hurried shots. We couldn't execute the way we were being told to execute, and we gave up a lot of second shots.
You know, we still have a lot more to go, but I think that, you know, the second half we came out, we played way better than we did in the first half.
The winner of the tournament will join Cape Verde, who became the first team to qualify for the 2021 Women's Afro-Basket, joining host Cameroon, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali and Mozambique.
Sifa drive area.
We have come to the close of Channel 1 Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for your company. Quick acknowledgements on our social media platforms. Alfin Kirwe, you're watching KBC Channel 1 from Kapkatet. Shaban Mugo, you're watching KBC Channel 1 from Engashura in the county of Nakuru. And Cyrus Ngetich, you're watching KBC Channel 1 from Narok West. We do appreciate your company. For more details on just aired news, do log on to www.kbc.co.ke. My name is Irene Muchuma Odim. My co-anchor language interpretation is Susan Thuku. Good afternoon.
Vera Beauty College.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725-923-550 Nairobi branch, 0728-087-689 Eldoret branch, 0722-227428 Thika branch, 0725-000-706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET approved institution.
Nissan Serena ndio hii, na unaweza kuwa wewe ndio tunapikia simu. Kodi ya Nissan Serena ni NS, alafu kisha kwenye amount ni 50 bob. Hii Nissan Serena tunakupatia na shilingi 50.
Kujiunga na QuickBid ni rahisi. Enda kwenye M-Pesa, bonyeza paybill, kisha weka business number 4032353. Kwenye account weka kodi ya bidhaa unayotaka na bid yako ya chini zaidi, kwa mfano TV 16, kisha weka shilingi 20 tu kama idadi yako. Weka bid yako pia kwenye www.quickbid.co.ke. Kumbuka, bid ya chini zaidi ya kipekee ndio hununua. QuickBid, bidhaa bora kwa bei ya chini.
Nateseka lakini hakuna wa kunielewa.
Na uhakika lao ni baba kibali.
Hebu nyamaza wewe.
Hivi unamaanisha kwamba dadangu alikuwa kiruka njia?
Sikushindi wewe. Kwani mwili wako mtangazwa na mbolea?
Don't talk to me about respect. Nilikwambia Dingo, mfunge kamba mke wako.
Free the dumb so that they can speak. Yeah. Free the dumb. Freedom.
I want you to feel the same, so girl, I want you to feel the same, so cause I am charged by my side. They will never conquer I. Leave people business alone. Yeah. Leave people business alone.
Hide me in your rock, oh yeah. Protect me from my end.
Mheshimiwa alinipatia ngili 10 na nyinyi mnaandika ngili. Wewe ni nani? Wewe usiniite. Samson na Delila.
No. Umefikishwa hapa kotini mara 3. Leo unakubali ama unakataa?
Nani akubali? Siwezi kubali vitu.
Mashtaka yote mawili.
Nakataa zote mimi mheshimiwa.
Mashahidi wako.
Yes.
Anasema wewe akisema mambo ya kukuonga.
Hata mimi sijasema vile unapelekanga.
Ngoja mzee. Nyamaza, wacha hasira.
Lakini sasa mchunguze huyu jamaa, huyu anaitwa Ketuta. Ketuta hayuko nomo. Mimi naweza kukwambia sikia vile anapayuka.
Quiero amarte de una forma diferente, de otro modo.
We've got to try and put it out before it spreads. Hurry up!
It was a